The shepherd loved his sheep. Each day, he would take them out to the green pastures, ensuring they had the best grass to eat and the freshest water to drink. He cared for them deeply, always watching over them with a protective eye. He knew each one by name. Every sheep had a special place in his heart, and he could recognize them by their unique markings and personalities. He would often call out to them, and they would respond with joyful bleats. One evening, as the sun began to set, he counted his sheep. 1, 2, 3, 99. He counted again just to be sure. 99. His heart sank. Where was the 100th sheep? One sheep was missing. The shepherd looked around frantically. The sun was setting, casting long shadows across the meadow. He couldn't leave any of his sheep behind. He had to find his lost sheep. Without hesitation, he set out into the fields, calling out the sheep's name. He searched through the tall grass and under the bushes, determined to bring his sheep back safely. The shepherd was very worried. What if the sheep was hurt or scared? He couldn't bear the thought of one of his flock being in danger. His mind raced with concern, but he pressed on. He loved all his sheep very much. Each one was precious to him, and he would do anything to keep them safe. The shepherd knew he wouldn't rest until his flock was whole again. The shepherd started searching. He looked over hills and in valleys. "Bah! Bah!" he called. He listened carefully for an answer. He looked behind bushes and near the rocks. The shepherd walked and walked. He wouldn't give up. He had to find his lost sheep. His sheep needed him. Suddenly, the shepherd heard a faint "bah!" It was a sound he had been longing to hear for hours. His heart skipped a beat as he strained his ears to catch the direction of the sound. The faint cry of his lost sheep echoed through the valley, giving him a glimmer of hope. He ran towards the sound, his feet pounding against the ground. The shepherd's heart raced as he navigated through the dense forest, dodging branches and leaping over rocks. He could feel the urgency in every step, driven by the need to rescue his lost sheep. There, stuck in a thorny bush, was his lost sheep. The poor creature was entangled in the sharp thorns, unable to free itself. Its wool was caught in the brambles, and it looked exhausted from its struggle. "There you are!" cried the shepherd, his voice filled with relief and joy. He had finally found his precious sheep after hours of searching. The sight of the sheep brought a wave of emotions over him. The little sheep was scared and alone. Its eyes were wide with fear, and it bleated softly as if calling out for help. The shepherd could see the anxiety in its eyes and knew he had to act quickly. The shepherd gently helped the sheep out of the bush. He carefully untangled its wool from the thorns, making sure not to hurt it. With patience and care, he freed the sheep from its prickly prison. The sheep was happy to see the shepherd. It nuzzled against him, recognizing the familiar face that had come to its rescue. The bond between them was evident in that moment of reunion. The shepherd was so happy to have found his lost sheep. He hugged it tightly, a smile spreading across his face. The joy of the reunion was palpable, and he knew that all the effort had been worth it. Together, they made their way back home, grateful to be reunited. The shepherd lifted the little sheep. He carried the sheep all the way home. He was so happy to have his sheep back. Back home, the other sheep were happy too. The shepherd gathered all his sheep close. He loved them all very much. He was thankful to have found his lost sheep. The shepherd's love for his lost sheep teaches us something important. It's a story that transcends time and culture, resonating deeply with our own experiences of feeling lost and found. The shepherd, with unwavering dedication, leaves the 99 sheep to search for the one that has strayed. This act of love and commitment is a powerful reminder of the lengths to which love will go to bring us back to safety. It reminds us that God loves us even when we feel lost. In moments of despair and confusion, when the path seems unclear, we can find solace in knowing that we are not abandoned. Just as the shepherd searches tirelessly, God's love is relentless and ever-present, guiding us back to where we belong. Just like the shepherd searched for his sheep, God is always searching for us. Through the darkest nights and the most challenging terrains, His light shines, calling us back. The shepherd's lantern in the dark symbolizes hope and direction, a beacon that we can always look to when we feel lost. He wants us to be close to Him. The gentle embrace of the shepherd and the tender touch on the sheep's head illustrate the deep bond and care. This closeness is not just physical, but emotional and spiritual, a connection that offers comfort and security. And just like the shepherd's joy, God rejoices when we come back to Him. The celebration is not just for the return, but for the reunion, the restoration of a relationship that is cherished and valued. This joy is profound, a testament to the importance of each individual. We are never alone because God is always with us. In every moment, whether we are aware of it or not, His presence is a constant. The serene scenes of the shepherd with his flock under the starry sky remind us of the peace and assurance that comes from knowing we are always in His care.